Hey, Steven, thanks for doing this. Just wondering what you liked about the way you were throwing the ball today. And I'm just wondering, sort of after the Josh Donaldson, what did you make of that Josh Donaldson home run? And did it impact your plan at all there?
Today was, curveball. I had the curveball going, so I just used it a lot. They weren't doing any damage on it. I felt really comfortable with strike one, put away with that. Donaldson, I just made a bad pitch. Looking back to it, I'm thinking back, I could have done a few different things there and didn't change the game plan much. Once I had the curveball going, I knew I wanted to use that a lot. So.
All right. And just in terms of, getting sharp with that curveball and, something you've talked about at different points this season, how do you feel that's lining up for you right now to this kind of critical point and sort of where you're at with your stuff and the way you want to pitch?
Yeah, I feel really good about, that coming along today. The changeup's still there. Fastball location was decent today. I still want to go deeper in the game. But the bullpen's been doing an awesome job. They did a great job. Trevor Richards, to get out of that with the tying runs on base there, that was huge. So, gotta give the bullpen credit there. They've been great.
All right. Thanks, Steven.
Go ahead, Ethan.
Hey, Steven, thanks for doing this. I believe a few starts ago, we talked about your resilience as a starting pitcher and how that's been one of your strengths this season. Is today's start a good example of that, coming back from that Donaldson home run there in the first inning?
Yeah, definitely. To kind of be in a hole like that after the first inning, my mindset is just make good pitches, put up zeros, try not to panic and just continue to think about executing the pitches. And so, when able to do that, it's good to get into the sixth inning, get the win.
And I know the season isn't over yet, but looking back on how much you've accomplished even since the beginning of last year, is there a sense of pride in how you feel and how far you've come since then?
Yeah, definitely. Last year obviously didn't go too well for me, and I'm thankful to get an opportunity here with the Jays with this such a good team, and so it's been awesome working with Pete. Really definitely feel like I made a lot of strides this season and learned a lot.
All right, thank you, Steven.
Go ahead, Caitlin.
Hey, Steven, you're probably used to seeing the offense go off every time you pitch. But, again, today, the bats came around. What did you see from the guys? And how does it feel to always know that they can come around when you're on the mound?
Yeah, that's a great feeling. Like I said, I got kind of in a hole there early, down 2-0, but you just want to keep them close, keep the guys in there because, the bats could come alive at any minute. And sure enough, it did.
And also, I'm just curious, just given how tightly bunched the sort of wild card race is right now, are you personally a guy that looks around at the scores, looks at the standings, or do you prefer to just focus on your own game and your own team?
Yeah, me personally, I definitely keep tabs on that all. It's pretty crazy what the AL East is doing right now, I feel like. And so I definitely, I'm checking every day and seeing where the other teams are and where we're at and stuff.
Good to know. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back with – go ahead, Shai.
Sorry, Steven. Just one more. The offense, obviously, it's so deep, but, Teoscar Hernandez kind of in the middle there. He maybe hasn't gotten as much attention as some of the other guys. I'm just wondering, for your vantage point, how would you describe Hernandez's contributions to the lineup this year?
Oh, man. The numbers speak for themselves. But, no, it's I agree. He'd be the best hitter in a lot of teams' lineup out there. And so, it's easy to overlook with how good this lineup is, overlook him. But, he's been amazing for us. And, it's been fun to watch him just quietly have an amazing season again.
All right.
Hey, Charlie, on Marcus Semien getting number 40 today from a second baseman, what's that mean to you as a manager? What's he meant to this team this season?
Well, he's meant a lot for sure. Well, that's just awesome because that's just not easy to do, and that's why I wanted to put the jacket on him when he did that, and I told him congratulations because to be a second baseman and had the season that he's had already, 40 home runs, that's not easy to do. And so I'm proud of him, man. He's been great to us.
It seems like this season, regardless of what else is happening, Semien has always been playing pretty much at this level besides that slow start. What lets him do that?
His work ethic. This guy does the same thing every day. He comes here at the same time every day. Optional BP, he's there. Optional ground balls, he's there. So, whatever he's done is because his work ethic. Nobody works harder than that guy.
All right, thank you, Charlie.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Shai.
Hey, Charlie. Beyond the numbers, which are obviously very good, can you describe what the main impact Teoscar Hernandez has brought to your lineup?
It's just, his approach has been so great. And nobody really talks about him. I guess we're talking about him now, and lately his name has come up more than usually. But since 2019, when he came back from the minor leagues, he's been one of the best hitters in baseball. And that's another guy. When I'm talking about work ethic, he's another guy that works hard. Is getting better in the outfield. Nobody talks about him in the outfield anymore because his swing is so good, but he's doing a great job in the outfield too. He's becoming a complete player. He's been one of our MVPs easily. Actually, did he just pass Vladdy today in RBIs?
He did.
And to do that, which Vladdy, of course, I'm biased. It should be the MVP, but now he just passed the MVP, so that's pretty cool. That tells you everything about Teoscar.
Right, and he's had sort of a few different roles this season. I mean, you had him early in the season; he was right behind Vladdy, protecting him. Now he's sort of in the middle of the lineup. What do you like about his skill set that allows him to work in sort of those kind of different roles?
Stretches the lineup, Shai. I always talk about that. Stretches the lineup big time, and that's what Gurriel's have done. I know we're talking about Teoscar, but that's what Gurriel's done too. So, having guys like that in the bottom 5 or 7 or 6, that stretches the lineup, and then it comes to the top again.
All right. Thanks, Charlie.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Ethan.
Hey, Charlie, thanks for doing this. With how strong the starting rotation's been this year, do you feel like Steven Matz is maybe an underappreciated part of that rotation?
Yeah, so now that we're talking about people nobody really talks about, Matz is another guy, just like that. He's been steady since he came back from, when he was out. He's been one of our best pitchers, and he's giving us a chance every time he goes out. And he did the same thing today. Gave up that 2-run homer early on, and then he shut them down. And that's a good lineup. He was really good today.
How nice is it that his best stretch of the season is coming at essentially like the most important part of your guys' season?
It's been great. And again, I always talk about momentum is next day starter. And every time he takes them out, he's giving us momentum, and yeah, he's been great. Throwing strikes with all his pitches, keeping hitters off balance. He's been one of our best starters. And that's saying a lot because the other guys are doing really good too.
All right. Thanks, Charlie.
You're welcome.